The time is 9:00 a.m. Mr. Roth, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, sir?
Ms. Ross? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Happy Holiday 2021. Madam Clerk to the Board, would you conduct the roll call, please?
Commissioner Flower.
Present.
Commissioner Kanda.
Here.
Commissioner Prince.
Here.
And Attorney Clint Smith.
Present.
Clerk to the Board, Kelly Camper, present.
Thank you. I'm assuming our attorney will not be thumbing his nose at anybody today. Best I could come up with.
That's okay.
He gives the day a thumbs up.
Yes,
Right.
whether I want to or not.
Amendments to the agenda, gentlemen.
I have none, sir.
Down here.
I've got one. I want to, I guess, before making a motion, I'll just, maybe we can have a little discussion. I kind of feel like we ought to probably take that strategic plan and the CVRF off of our agendas as standing. So I see nods in both directions. So I would move to amend the agenda by removing the county strategic plan report and the coronavirus relief fund report from this and any future agendas unless we specifically, let me rephrase that, move to remove them as standing items. We can always put them on later if we want. Is there a second?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to amend the agenda by removing county strategic plan report and the coronavirus relief fund report as standing items on the agenda. Discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor say aye. Commissioner Kanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Prince?
Aye.
Commissioner Flower? Aye. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate that. I just felt like if there's something that needs to be dealt with, we'll bring it up or we'll put it on the agenda. So that's all I had for amendments. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, sir.
Approval of the minutes. I would move that we approve the minutes of September 30.
I'll second that too.
Presented. Been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of the BOCC meeting from September 30 discussion. Just again, thank you, Kel, for continuing to hammer those out.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, absolutely. Hearing no further discussion, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye. Commissioner Kanda?
Aye.
Commissioner Prince?
Aye.
Commissioner Flower votes aye. Motion carries. The minutes of September 30th have been approved. Commissioner items. Commissioner Prince or Kanda, would you like to begin, sir?
Sure, not a lot since our last meeting. One thing I'd like to do is say thanks and what a good job the public health agency is doing. We got the shots rolling. I had 100 of them. Plus, we've got in a day, I should say, and they're striving for more during the week. So looks good. We're leading the charge from what I understand in the state. And we're sure leading New York State. So we're doing well. And then I would like to take this time to thank everybody personally for this is my personal issue for the support we got for the passing of my mother and the great funeral that we had in internment down at the cemetery. And I want to tell you, I thought a snowstorm would be terrible. Turned out to be one of the nicest services you'll ever see. It was calm, quiet, beautiful, gray, slight snow. It was just amazing. So we sent Mom off on that journey really well. It was just a hoot and a holler away. So thanks.
Yeah. Commissioner Prince.
Thank you, sir. I attended almost all of the morning and evening briefings on from OEM on the status of the county in terms of COVID and some other issues. Yesterday, I went over to Lang Hall just to lend my support to the folks who were volunteering and working there. I was amazed at how well organized and appropriate it was, and I think I'll dovetail on Commissioner Kanda. I think they did a wonderful job, and I'm very pleased with the response that the county has. And that's basically all I have
Okay.
for the last time.
I'm not betting on it.
Count on it.
Okay, yeah, I don't have a lot to report other than, obviously, we called and conducted an emergency Board of County Commissioners meeting on the 7th of January to deal with some issues arising from the coronavirus, namely moving over to the Lang Hall for a vaccination clinic. I thought that meeting went well, very informative. On the 8th of January, I also attended a virtual meeting. There were 167 people in the county or in the state that joined this meeting with CDPHE on discussion of the vaccination program. Scott Bookman was the moderator of that. I thought it was an informative meeting, and there was a phrase, I hate these
Sorry.
cell phones and phrases that come out of these meetings. So one of the issues that was brought up was this phrase of vaccine tourism. People are migrating around the country wherever they can, where they think they have a better shot of getting
a shot.
Did I just say that? Better chance of getting a vaccination. In some counties, particularly those ones along the I-70 corridor, where there's a lot of part-time homeowners, they want to come up here and claim residence so they can get their shot. And I indicated to them in the meeting too that, you know, our county, over half of our residences are vacant for more than 6 months, or at least 6 months out of the year. I don't get the sense that we've had an issue with that, but, you know, there's a good chance that people could say, well, I'll just go up to my summer place in Westcliff and get my vaccination while I'm
Let me
there.
ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
Good, may it come up. I thought you didn't have to be a resident. to get it.
No, you don't, but
They
the
are
problem
trying to
is,
claim it is, they get a
Well,
priority or something.
we don't have to here. I don't know about other places, but I think one of the things is that they think they can come up here because we're so rural and
Gonna have extra
Numbers.
shots left over.
that they have a better chance of getting a vaccination here than they do in Austin or somewhere else. But, oh, did I say Austin? I don't know where that came from. Could have been any town in America. So I just thought it was an interesting conversation about that. And then one thing led to another, and then CDPHE agreed to have another virtual meeting to discuss this vaccine tourism issue. A lot of people on that call thought that it warranted another conversation. So, and then I just want to remind everybody this morning that we're going to be in session here until we take a recess around 9:30. Then we will move into the courtroom for the swearing in of the newly elected commissioners. Then we will go downstairs and have cake and refreshments real quick, and then we'll come back up, reconvene the meeting, seat new commissioners, and then we will move on. So just want to remind everybody, we're shooting for 9:30. So if we're in the middle of whatever, we'll just kind of take a break and go do that. The other thing I wanted to bring up, I meant to do it at our last BOCC meeting, and I failed to get it on my agenda under commissioner items, and that is to bring to the attention the new signage in Wetmore at the intersection of 69 and 167, right? That's the highway going north.
67.
67, yeah. I was going to look it up this morning and just got buried in other stuff. That's a result of the efforts of CDOT, the county, I think Scenic Byways. There was another organization that was involved in that, but I met with those guys this early fall, I guess, this last fall, and kind of went over that whole deal again. That happened before Commissioner Ken and I came on board. And so I had to go back and research, find those documents. So I met with CDOT and the contractor that they'd hired to do these. I think they did 6 of these byway signs or waypoint signs around the state, southern Colorado. And so it's been up for, I guess, 2 weeks now, something like that. it's kind of hard to read if you pull up and sit in your vehicle. I was hoping the print would be a little larger, but certainly we have room to pull up and park and get out and walk over and look at those signs. They talk about hard scrabble and Wetmore area. And so I think there's a lot of information on there, but that's been probably 2.5, well, no more than that, 3.5, 4 years in the making. So yeah, 4, Kevin?
Probably
Yeah.
closer to 5.
Yeah, because we've been in office 3 years and it was started way before we took office. So anyway, I'm glad to see that going. I had a couple phone calls from folks down in Wetmore. What the heck's going on down there? What kind of signs are they putting up? And so we had to go back and inform people of what occurred there. The other thing I want to do is have a discussion real quick about requesting an agenda item for the BOCC as a whole to evaluate our 2 probationary employees that were hired in August. So we need to do a performance eval on them for their 6 months to get them off of probation. So just wanted to bring that up and see what you guys felt about that.
Appropriate.
I think this whole thing we need to address a little more concretely with any employee. We've kind of been hit and miss on doing those performance evaluations. And it's something I think as a county, we're trying to get all of our supervisors to do a better job of annual performance evaluations and so on and so forth. So unless there's an objection, I would request that we, I guess, put that as an agenda item on the 29th. I don't know if it's something we need to
I don't know that
technically do that, or if we just agree that the commissioners are
personnel,
going to do
I think we're obligated to do it,
right.
but I don't know that we do. Does the public, we want the public to comment on it, or is it
Yeah,
the personnel? I
that's-
don't know.
Maybe a memo from the chair
That's all.
to remind
Yeah.
the supervisors that this is an annual.
Time to do it.
thing. And now that Donna has an assistant,
Yeah.
maybe they can keep track of who
Right.
hasn't done it and
Right.
kind of prod them
Send a
along.
note out so we can.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that would
Yeah.
work.
My intent here was that the BOCC perform this evaluation of those.
We need to do those.
They're
those
employees of
parts.
the commissioners. They're
Sure.
not, they don't answer to anybody else. So
Right.
I will send out a note to Donna and other supervisors as well. But so I just didn't know how that process would go, whether we do that as a workshop. Clint, would that be a personnel issue to do a performance evaluation, or what do you think? I
I
don't
would
know.
do it, I would do it as a workshop.
I don't think we can just informally come in and 4 of us sit down.
No,
No, you have to work.
So-
it'd be a workshop
Okay.
to do that.
Okay. So I wonder if maybe on the 29th or on the, I kept saying the 29th.
Just
Our last meeting of the month is on, oh yeah, it is the 29th. I'm sorry. If we approve the calendar anyway, then maybe we could do it that afternoon, or no, we're going to be here. So performance
Yeah,
evaluation
no,
on the
what
29th.
time on the 29th?
Oh, it'll be in the afternoon, probably 1 o'clock
Yeah,
after the BOCC.
yeah,
meeting.
why not?
Works for me, sir.
Why don't you be quiet?
We'll send it to you in Tahiti.
Want anything out of you? We'll hit the electroshock therapy button this morning. So I'll schedule those up probably, what do you think, Bill? Half hour, 45 minutes apart?
Yeah.
Hour, I don't think.
Half an hour, we don't even need that probably. How long does it take to say you're fired?
One and, we'll do 1 and 1:45. How's that? Okay. All right, thank you. Let's see, I think that's all I had of any consequence this morning under Commissioner items, so. Attorney items.
I don't really have anything to report since our last meeting on January 7th.
Okay. Admin assistant items, anything back there from the land of glory, and you're settling in okay?
Yes, I am.
Good.
Crab burning.
Treating you okay? Guess so.
Yeah.
Had a computer just went
Jordan sitting right there.
wherever he is. There you go.
Guess he's having an issue with his,
In the background. It's locked up earlier. Just-
Okay, we will have a period of public comment here. I did not log on this morning. I guess I could do that.
There
but
was 5.
If,
I included.
If anybody has any public comment, either virtual or in person, now would be the appropriate time to address those comments to the commissioners.
Yeah.
Second here. Thought I came in early enough this morning to get my stuff done, but jeepers. In a horse race. And then as a reminder, gentlemen, we do have a coronavirus relief fund meeting tomorrow at 30.
I thought that was this afternoon.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Piper Sandler meeting tomorrow. Coronavirus meeting today, 1:30, and then we're having a meeting with Piper Sandler and Brits tomorrow at 10:30. That's a combination of virtual and live. I think I haven't heard back if John Brits is coming down or not, but for sure. Last I talked to him, Nate Eckloff was coming representing Piper Sandler, so. Just a second here, gentlemen.
Or Jay or Tom.
Hey, Jordan, I can't even get our website to open here. I type in Custer County and it just gives me this on my iPad, so I can't get to it.
Okay.
Can you figure it out?
No hearing, no public comment. Any unfinished business, gentlemen?
Never got that.
I have not, sir.
Mr. Canada. Okay.
Go back to where we were.
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes ahead of schedule this morning, so
Just take a break.
Just take a break.
yeah, I think
Okay.
Chair would entertain a motion.
Make it your official last one.
Yeah,
Okay, as my official last act as a commissioner, I think we should stop doing business for a while. I mean, we should
Take a recess.
we should take a break until 9:30, at which time we reconvene in the courtroom for swearing in ceremony.
so technically, we're going to go into recess now, and we'll stay in the recess until we come back from our reception downstairs, because that is not part of the meeting. But we're not
Okay,
gonna-
that sounds reasonable. I agree.
Second,
Second.
been moved and seconded to take a recess, starting at 9:20 this morning, and we will reconvene after a short reception in the basement after we swear in the commissioners. So all in favor, say aye. Mr. Kanda?
Aye.
Mr. Prince?
Aye.
Mr. Flower votes aye. Let the record show that may be the last formal vote that you, motion carries. We stand in recess.
On the phone.
We're good to go.
Thank you.
Is this phone live?
The meeting of the Board of County Commissioners will resume. Thank you, Judge Hunter. Appreciate it. We have concluded our swearing in, and so we are back. Want to formally welcome Commissioner Day. Great to have you. I think we're both very excited to get started new year, and just wish you all the luck in the world, and glad to have you here. So
Thank you.
you are entirely welcome. Just so you know, your name tag is bigger than ours for a reason. I'm not sure what that reason is yet, but we'll, to be determined maybe, huh?
I could have got in trouble right there.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So we will move on to new business. We've had one public comment period. We will have other public comment opportunities as we move through the agenda today. We've got a lot to do. So we'll start out consideration of electing officers for the BOCC. What's the group's pleasure? I can tell you I would be interested in continuing to serve as chair. If anyone else is as well, we can deal with that as it comes up.
I am. I'm
Okay, Mr. Candy, you are, Commissioner Day?
I think at this point, I would be more inclined to kind of get my feet wet and see how things operate first.
Change up.
Okay, with that, then I think probably Counselor, you think we're okay just to do a ballot, secret ballot, and we can give those to you?
That would be fine. That's how it was done previously.
As I remembered, I thought that's what we did. So, there you go, sir.
Gotta have a motion to nominate.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's interesting. I guess I would move that we elect our BOCC chair by secret ballot, the candidates being Commissioner Canada and Commissioner Flower. Is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Been moved and seconded to elect the BOCC chair by secret ballot. Commissioner Canada, Commissioner Flower being the two candidates of interest. Further discussion?
No, I think it's good to change up once in a while. That's why I'm deciding to throw my hat in, if possible.
Okay.
I think as far as I'm concerned, I know that we have one of each of you on as a chair of this board and one as the health board. I think that's a good idea as well, to where it's not the same person.
Okay, good. Yeah, and just as point of discussion, I would appreciate being elected as the chairman to continue. I think I have brought to the table a lot of knowledge and experience with running the meeting, which I think is really the responsibility of the chairman. And so just appreciate that. As you indicated, that there's two chair responsibilities that come out of this group. Obviously, one is chair of Board of Health and the other is chair of the BOCC. So any other discussion, gentlemen? We'll proceed to vote on the motion, which is to elect by secret ballot the BOCC chair. All in favor, say aye. Commissioner Canada?
Aye.
Commissioner Day?
Aye.
Commissioner Flower? Aye. Motion carries. I hope, and I will try not to refer to you as Commissioner Prince, but I can guarantee you
That'll happen.
I will do that. So
It
if you guys
probably
would put your selection down, we'll fold them in half and give those to council. Why? Appreciate that.
Thank Okay, I've been given. Yeah, I'll shuffle them around here before I.
Like we're in,
Well, you'll know mine, it's on the yellow paper.
yeah.
Okay, one vote for Commissioner Flower. One vote for Commissioner Kanda. And another vote for Commissioner Kanda. So the vote's 2-1 in favor of Commissioner Kanda being the chairman.
Thank you, sir. We don't need a motion. Well, I don't know if we need a motion to accept the results or not.
As a formality, I would suggest you just go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Make that a vote.
Group's pleasure.
I move we accept the vote.
I would second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the vote of Commissioner Kanda being the chairman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry,
No, my bad.
I should have roll called that. Motion carries. Commissioner Kanda, congratulations. I will vacate and you can move right over here.
No, you just stay there. It's okay for now.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. And Tom, you have done a great job and you do know how to run a meeting. And I think that's great. And like I said a minute ago, it's not because of that. I've wanted to be, I think it's good to change up personalities once in a while and do that. And I think there was a tradition in the county where they did it every year. I don't know whether it was necessary to do that or not, but so I appreciate it and thanks for the support.
That is a question I do have. Is that every year vote now or just when new ones?
No, there's always a vote when every year, because there's an opportunity and maybe the person that's in it would like to change up and not do it. So anyway, thank you guys. Okay, so we can move on, right? Okay, next on the item is agenda for today is the consideration of resolution 21-01-2021, and that's the county holiday calendar. Did we get that? Or are we gonna, did we just?
We gotta do vice.
Oh, that's right. Why didn't we finish it up? We should have done 2 votes. I guess we do the vote on the vice chair.
Yes.
So let's do the same process, I guess, huh?
I would nominate Kevin Day as vice chair.
I'll nominate Tom.
I think, as I said, in regards to the chair, if you guys don't mind, I would like to kind of just sit back and learn for a while.
So given you're not, do you think we need to vote?
We probably should vote then.
Just to make it formal? All right. So we could do that by voice. I don't see there would be a reason not to do that. So all in favor of having Tom become the vice chairman of the board, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Bill? Aye. Now, can we move on, Kelly? Did we get a calendar for the holiday? It's in. I see it. Oh, you all had a chance to look at it. Kevin, have you seen it yet?
I have.
Okay. Tom? Right now, what this resolution does, and I'll read it for the record, the resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Custer County, Colorado, adopting the 2021 official holidays for the employees of Custer County. Whereas pursuant to Colorado statute, official holidays for the employees of Custer County may be set by resolution of the Board of Custer County Commissioners. And whereas when the holiday falls on a Saturday and a previous Friday shall be observed as the holiday. And when the holiday falls on a Sunday, the following Monday shall be observed as the holiday. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Custer County that the list of holidays is set forth below shall be observed during the calendar year 2020. And so these include all the major holidays. I'll read them off. Martin Luther King Day, Monday, January 18th. President's Day, Monday, February 15th. Memorial Day, Monday, May 31st. 4th of July, Monday, July 5. Labor Day, Monday, September 5. Cabrini Day, I forgot about that one. Monday, October 4th. Veterans Day, Thursday, November 11th. Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 25th. The day after Thanksgiving, Friday, November 26th. Christmas holiday, Thursday, December 23rd, all day. Christmas holiday, Friday, December 24th, all day. And New Year's Eve, Friday, December 31st, all day. Any comments?
I thought I heard you say September 5 for Labor Day.
If I did, it should be September 6th, and that may have been because if you glance at it, it comes out as a 5 once in a while with my eyes.
I did hear that as well.
Okay, so it's September 6th.
Are we obligated to follow the state holidays?
No, it's,
So,
so if you remember, in some cases, we had Columbus Day, that was a state holiday, and it's still a state holiday. And
It's a federal.
Actually-
or federal holiday,
It's a
I'm
federal
sorry.
that was the one I was actually referring to.
That's what
Uh,
Cabrini Day turned into, and that we made a resolution and we decided to, if the state moved it and called it Cabrini Day, but we're observing in Columbus Day on the day, I guess that it is. So I don't,
That was my question, whether we needed to go with Cabrini Day or if we could go back to Columbus
we
Day.
can always do that if we want, and we can resolve to do that at some point.
Okay, that would be my pleasure, but that's just a personal opinion.
And we can discuss that or accept this as it is, or move to change the vote now. What's your pleasure, Tom, what we're discussing?
Well, as I indicated when we talked about this before, we're a political subdivision of the state of Colorado. We just swore to uphold the Constitution of Colorado. I think if Colorado, much to my dismay, picks Cabrini Day of October the 4th, I think we're obligated to honor that. Not thrilled about it, but that's how I feel.
We can have a Columbus Day if we wanted to, too.
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
So I was looking through some other stuff for other reasons this last week. And I noticed on some of the other counties' calendars, they have not changed it. They've left it Veterans Day,
Right, and we
which I thought
can-
was interesting.
So we can do that. We could elect to do that now, or we can take it up as an item later if you want to think about it. I'm good either one.
Well, I think that's one of the responsibilities we have today is to deal with this calendar.
So we can, I think we can get it over with today. So make a motion, Kevin. What do you want to do?
I would make a motion that we amend the calendar instead of Cabrini Day, that we celebrate Columbus Day.
On which day?
What day is Columbus Day actually on? Is this
It's on the
Friday?
11th this year.
Yeah, the second Monday.
So it would be the second Monday, the 11th is what you want to change it to, the 11th of October.
Yes.
So we have a second. I'll second it. Let's discuss that in a minute. I personally, that's where I was when we had this discussion before. And we went along with that, with the understanding there's still a federal holiday called Columbus Day. It's just that we didn't, if we're going to give the employees the day off on Cabrini Day, that was a day off. And then we would just leave it and recognize that Columbus Day is real still. But I like the idea, Kevin. Thank you. Any other comments, Tom? And since this is what we have on our agenda as new business, we can allow the public to comment also before we vote. Any other comments in here? Any public comments? And Jordan, you watching? Anybody raising their hand?
I'm looking at the statute. It doesn't, I don't see that it prohibits local government from choosing. I mean, it's the official state holiday is Cabrini Day. But if local governments choose to still recognize the federal holiday, I don't see any prohibition to that in the state statute.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Clint. Okay, hearing no other comments, I'll call for the vote. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda? Aye. Okay, so do we want to correct this and then we'll pass it around to sign it? Okay, next item on the agenda, resolution. No, excuse me, consideration of the 2021 BOCC meeting calendar.
I think you got
Do I have an old one?
You haven't approved the resolution yet. Nobody made a motion to approve the resolution yet.
I thought we did.
That was to change
Oh.
the date.
Oh,
Okay, so he amended, all right, we'll do it that way. Thank you, Kelly. Okay, given that we've amended it to agree that the date should be changed to the 11th, called Columbus Day. You
I
made
would
the
make
motion.
I would
initially.
make the same motion that we approve the amended calendar.
Okay, I'll second it. Been seconded to approve the amended calendar, which included changing Cabrini Day off the calendar from the October the 4th and recognizing Columbus Day, October the 11th,
So that would be approving resolution
Yeah.
21-01 as
21-0.
amended.
as amended. Any comments, public? Any other comments in here? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. All right, now, Kelly.
Now you're good.
Oh,
Sorry.
I'm glad you're there. Next item, consideration of the 2021 BOCC meeting calendar. We all had that for a while, and I didn't see anything that was out of line from what we have agreed to or had discussed in the past. Personally, and if there's any other comments before we ask for a vote, is there anything else from your point of view, Tom?
Yeah, I've got several.
You want to check them down before we vote to approve it, or
I thought you were asking for discussion. so-
that's what I'm asking for, discussion.
So on February the 17th, as well as March 17th, do we want to try to go to Wetmore or not? As Kevin Dave may or may not know, if we go to Wetmore, we typically have not live streamed those meetings. I only bring this up in respect to COVID-19 restrictions.
Good question. Let me ask a quick question, and then Kevin, you talk. Jordan, is it possible to live stream the way you have been off the cell towers?
I'll have to go down there and see what the cell service is like at that building, see if we can do it.
I think with the, when they upgraded on the fiber, I think maybe that's an option maybe to look at. Because I think that.
If you go off the internet, I think it will work. Cell service itself is pretty spotty in Wetmore.
What is your internet service like there?
They do have DSL. I do.
CenturyTel didn't upgrade them when they put the fiber behind them. You don't know. I don't know.
I believe it's like 20 megs.
Theoretically, it should work. It would be 20 down is good enough to do it.
Well, let me ask.
No one else is on the network.
Okay, and Tom, let's just have another discussion. Does it matter if it's live streamed or not? If I think you might talk about if we have people involved, maybe we need to figure out how many could actually attend, and then that may not be an issue to live stream.
I'd like to look at it. I think there's plenty of room down there in the room downstairs that we could open that up and be able to accommodate a fair amount of people.
You want to get Dr. Brown down there first before we make a decision, see how many that might be.
I could do that.
We could approve this as like it is printed. It says Wetmore Community Center, and I guess we could take a look and see before the next commissioners meeting whether we want to approve these as down there as is or not. Does that make sense? It's just a discussion.
Yeah, I'd just soon make a decision and get these documents approved today. We got to get on a lot of
Right.
people's
Okay.
calendars.
So
Is it something we could approve and then?
we can approve to have it down there
If it's
and
not possible, then
Yes.
we can
see what, sure.
come back here.
So make your motion.
I feel bad making all the motions.
We don't have to.
I would make the motion that we do have it there. I believe that we do have the space to do that. So I would make a motion that we do hold those meetings at the Wetmore Community Center.
So you're approving the schedule as presented with the meetings that are planned for the.
That is correct.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept the BOCC meeting schedule, including those that are scheduled for Wetmore for now. Any discussion? Any public discussion?
Well, the other discussion I had.
we've got some others, yeah.
Public discussion was August the 18th. Do we want to have that in the commissioner's boardroom, or should that go to Wetmore as well? I'm not sure why we had that in the commissioner's boardroom historically versus Wetmore, whether it's just a number of meetings we go to or.
Didn't that happen at that time, Tom? Didn't we go out to the airport in August? Maybe that's why. We had one here. We
You
did
got the airport meeting on May 19th.
May 19th now, but there's no reason why that wouldn't be a mid-month meeting like we had done.
It must have got changed for some.
Maybe it's from
one
San
year
Isabel?
from the
Could be.
Oh, it could have been a San Isabel one, maybe.
Why don't we update it? I would recommend putting that as in Wetmore too, unless you had some other idea, Tom.
No, I didn't. I had not thought that maybe that was a substitute for San
San Isabel,
Isabel.
it might have been.
I'm fine going to Wetmore on that one as well.
Let's include it in.
That's the 18th.
Yes.
That's just amending it now, approving it as it was amended. More. Any other changes in our discussion? Tom?
Just a second here. Then I would request that as chair, you facilitate two of the staff meetings. Let's see, I was scheduled the 26th and let me start over. February 26th and December 15th. I would request you take one of those as the chairman.
Is that what's on there already? Let's see. So you're taking the 26th. And then what was the other one?
February 26th and December the 15th.
I'll do the December the 15th.
Okay, thank you. And that's all I had.
Any other discussion, Kevin, from your point?
No, that's good. I agree with I think that one in August that we changed possibly could have been San Isabel
I think it
because
was.
historically, in times past, there've been a couple of meetings there,
They were, but we weren't getting any traction.
not very much.
And so that probably means we need to reach out a little more and get them to Wetmore.
And then I would just remind us that on February the 3rd, we will need to schedule that jail tour as well.
Yeah, it's on the calendar there, you're right. Okay, Kelly, can you put a note out so we don't forget to schedule that tour?
Yes. Next
Is there a motion on the floor, Kelly?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, to accept the BLCC.
So any other discussion in here? No, public discussion. Any comments? Anybody want to meet anywhere else? Hearing none, let's take the vote. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay, got it, Kelly.
Yeah.
We're gonna pass that other one around later. Sign it. Okay, next item. County appointments, consideration of the 2021 BOCC county appointments. Want to take these one at a time, separate motions? Probably smart. So the first one are the board appointments. Boards, contacts.
But you already did, so you just go to the next.
Yeah, we did the board. No, we didn't do that.
Are you
I
on
think
the-
he's referring to the document called board appointments.
It's the board appointments underneath 2021 BOCC county appointments.
Yeah.
Correct. These are boards
These are.
like the airport board.
No, these are all your, are you on the one sheeter?
I'm on the agenda and I was looking under it.
Oh,
Should be this one.
I think the point of
Yeah.
contact that I was looking at
Yeah.
is farther down.
these are your, like Laura is your health department.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's how I read that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, so let's take that handout that has the on it. Put in here, why not?
I would move that we approve the 2021 Custer County government appointments as presented by our administrative assistant.
Second?
I second.
Okay, let's discuss it. So without reading through each one, I
Do you
did,
have a comment on that? You have Dr. Brown down there. He's actually appointed by the Board of Health, not the Board of County Commissioners.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah, we
really
don't-
appoint him.
we don't point him.
So I would move to amend my motion by striking the public health director on this list.
That's true because we had corrected that since we did the last one of these and this was on there as a result. So you're going to amend the appointments. So let's have a motion on that. I'll move that you've moved it. I'll second.
I have another comment. The
Hold on.
list
Is there
talks
another one
about
that,
publisher, but that one we probably should talk about separately for the legal publication. Because it doesn't even.
that's
list
not
it.
part of the government appointment?
You know what? I'll withdraw my motion and allow for some further discussion before,
Yeah.
and its amendment.
Is that okay by you, Kevin?
So
All right, so we'll withdraw and start over. Discussion we have on that right now, the publisher and the secondary publisher, we ought to pull from that too, probably, because this is titled county government appointments. So that's off. The health board is off. Any others?
So Clint, you're saying we shouldn't appoint the publisher?
Well, we can, but I think we need to address that.
Don't we do
It's a
that?
separate discussion. Do you think it should be on this document?
It can be on this document, but I just think there needs to be.
I thought we put bids out.
Well, we did, and we only got one bid, which I read on at the December 30 meeting.
I thought that would require accepting the bid, not appointment.
Well, you accept the bid and would be voting to designate
Right.
the Wet Mountain Tribune as
At that time.
the newspaper that handles all official legal
Sure.
publications for
But
Custer
we
County.
would do that not on this as a result of this action.
It could be done during the debate of this because it pertains to this document, right?
Can I make a comment?
Go ahead.
So in the past, we didn't look at this as, this is a document, but they didn't approve the whole document. This was just a document saying this is what that you guys approved.
Almost like a report. Huh?
Right, so they would always make a motion. This is so I think you make a motion that your clerk of the board is Kelly Camper, your VLCC administrative, you list all those out. And then they go on this list so that it keeps track of it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And then when you get to the publisher, you just skip over that or make it as part of your motion, I guess, Clint. This is who.
Well, personally, this is my opinion. What we're considering is the county appointments. We're not appointing the newspaper. We even have it underneath here, the newspaper of record. To me, that is accepting the bid and making it a formal board action that we recognize that that newspaper won that bid. It got put in here underneath and I didn't see that. But as part of this action, we could still consider it as part of this separately. But I hear what you say. This to me is just a record of what we've got. So maybe we make the motion and that would include the names of all the government appointees that are that, not the publisher and not the public health director. And maybe not something else. I haven't gone through the whole thing. The official website is not an account. Well, that's an action of the board. Is that an appointed position? And I've never thought of it before. There's one.
No, it's not an appointed position.
So let's not include that. Depositories. Would that be part of it?
Well, I personally think it is. I mean, we've got to take action on
Appointments,
that
it's our,
every year.
yeah, sets our bank.
I would move that we selected the single bidder for the newspaper of record, the Wet Mountain Tribune.
Okay, I'll second that. That way we've got this. Any discussion on that? There shouldn't be any other, are we, with it, that bid was read, there's only one record, and it's been moved and seconded to accept that bid as presented. All in favor, aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye.
And should we list that as publisher or the newspaper of record? They're not really our publisher, are they?
Yeah,
It's the newspaper of record that you're designating for all
okay,
legal announcements, but Custer County is required to post.
good. Okay. Website, same thing.
Oh, we need to vote on that motion.
I think we did.
Oh, we did.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Okay.
So let's consider that website. Is it the first time we've ever done it like this? We have had a website.
Well,
So what are we,
website stays this.
we're just recognizing and we're not appointing
That that's your
anything.
website.
Okay,
Yeah, I would move that we consider the official posting place as the courthouse bulletin board and the Custer County website, and that we recognize the official website for the county as custercounty-co.gov.
that's better. And then we have a new designation anyway, so. Okay, I'll second that.
So you give the posting place and the website.
Yes, ma'am.
Posting place in the websites, and we recognize that as the motion. And public comment, any comments, Kevin?
No.
More, Tom? None here, hearing that, let's, anything in the public interest here? Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye.
And then I would move that we select United Business Bank and Colo Trust as our two depositories for the county.
I'll let Kevin second that
I will second that.
if you want to. Then moving to second, to accept the United Business Bank as our bank. Let's see where it go. Lost it. Depositories for our bank would be Colorado, but present United Business Bank, Colorado Trust as our depository.
Yeah, and just a point, it's not Colorado Trust. The name of that is Colo Trust.
Colo Trust.
Yeah, it doesn't stand for Colorado. It's just Colo
I
Trust.
could have sworn that. Okay, thanks.
Does it stand for something?
No,
Wonder
It's
why.
just the name of it.
it's where they got the name, was from the state name, but they selected COLO as their.
Colo Trust is kind of crazy, but that's the official spelling of their Colorado Trust.
Well, it's not
I
Colorado.
know, I get it. I get it. All in favor, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Aye, Kanda. Okay, let's see if there's anything else like that.
I think all the rest are individuals.
Right, and then I would move we accept the rest of the appointments as listed.
I'll second that one. So it's been moved and seconded to accept the positions for the Custer County government appointments as presented for the clerk of the board, BOCC administrative assistant, county attorney, road and bridge supervisor, assistant supervisors, Human Resource Finance Director, Custodian Maintenance, Human Services Director, Planning and Zoning Director, Code Enforcement Sanitarian, IT Director, Emergency Manager, Veteran Service Officer, and Landfill Manager. Is that it?
You holding your breath? I am.
All in favor, Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Good thing you got through. Clint, congratulations for another run.
Still don't ask for your proof I'm really a lawyer.
That's right. Doesn't matter.
Okay, did we get the trash service on there? I don't remember seeing that.
No,
So trash service is separate. And do we have that in this packet?
you have bids on the trash service?
I thought we did.
Yes.
I saw it in an email, but I don't see it here.
Yeah, there should be two. I think maybe one was in the form of an email.
I get a letter open.
The email and the one you're opening now.
I don't have the email, so I'll ask
You have it,
Tina if
you
she's
know where it
got
is. Tina, can you find it?
Leave the letter open with one hand.
Yeah, no kidding.
I saw that earlier, but I don't think I heard how you did that.
I got run over by a livestock trailer. It's
But it was on his foot and we don't know how his thumb got down there.
ongoing. They were hitting my foot and then hit me and knocked me down.
Yeah, I know.
We don't need to
I was
talk about that. So I just opened a bid from P-Bar O Disposal, dated January 1, 2021. The bid from P-Bar O Disposal is a 2-yard dumpster service, one time a week, $67 per month at the courthouse. A 2-yard dumpster serviced one time a week, $67 per month at Road and Bridge. An extra dumpster for either 2-yard would be another $16.75 per dump. A 3-yard dumpster service one time a week at the sheriff's office would be $104 per month. And an extra dumpster at the sheriff's office would be $26 per dump. Actually says an extra dump. I'm not sure that means an extra dumpster or
No,
it just means an extra load. Okay, so I read that wrong then.
He's sitting in the hallway too.
who is?
Kevin.
Okay.
So it's a 2-yard dumpster for the courthouse and a 2-yard dumpster for the road and bridge service once per week, $67 per month. If there is an extra dump for either of those, it would be $16.75 per dump. And then the 3-yard dumpster for the sheriff's office, one time a week, $104. And an extra dump would be $26 per dump. It says this bid excludes Wetmore. And it's signed by Kevin Patterson and Leonard Coleman.
So, Mr. Chair, I do have a question I'd like to ask.
Go ahead, Tom.
Since they're here.
Hey,
I'd like to-
can you, yeah. Can you stand and go?
Well, if he's presenting, he can come in and sit.
You can't, it's easier to stand, it's okay.
Does the sheriff's office currently have a 3-yard dumpster?
They do.
And you service it once a month?
Once a week.
Normally, or once a week, I'm sorry.
So this is for what then? The sheriff's office says once per month. It's 104 per month.
It's 104 per month.
Service once a week.
Once a week.
Okay. See it, Kevin?
Did you have to-
I can't find it. I saw it. We discussed it some time ago.
Remote disposal.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it that way.
Who had the contract?
Oh. No, I can't find it. it, Tom? You find, I can't find.
Long ways over the mountain to Wetmore.
It was,
It's just, yeah, it's a little far.
how long ago did we ask for this bid anyway?
Middle of this, was it middle of December for the?
Might have been the first part,
Middle
no,
of December.
high country recycling.
Just a second.
This bid from Ebaro was actually received on December 29, dated January 1, but received on December 29.
Well, I don't see anything. Let's go back.
I think you talked about it at that mid-month meeting, whatever.
Yeah, we did.
So it'd probably be after that.
But we do ask for bids to be submitted in
I
writing.
did find one.
Yeah,
Is writing not email, Clint?
Well, it can be construed as writing. If we have one, I guess we should look at it so you.
You found out what day was that, Tina?
Uh, 12/4.
12/4.
Oh, wait, no, sorry that. It says came through 12/4/2020, but it says BOCC trash bid 2021.
12/21.
Okay. So I do have this other bid from Oak Disposal, if you'd like for me to read it.
Yep.
Okay, the 2021 trash removal bid, 2-yard dumpster, dumped once per week, $50 a month. Any extra pickups, $25 per dump. A 3-yard dumpster dumped once a week, $75 a month. Any extra pickups, $25 per dump. Paid for 1 year at a time and save an additional 15%. So the total they have here, 1 2-yard dumpster at the courthouse, $50, 1 2-yard dumpster at Road and Bridge, $50, 1 3-yard dumpster at Sheriff's Department. If that's paid monthly, it's $175 a month times 12, or $2,100 per year. The 15% discount, if it's paid 1 year at a time, would be the $2,100 minus 15%, would be $1,785 per year. This is signed by Valerie Van Dusen, Director of Operations for Oak Disposal Services. I'll bring this up here so you can.
A little tough.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of numbers.
Too many numbers to compare. We'd have to get a per year price maybe. There you go, Tom. So when is this supposed to be effective?
Effective immediately, I would assume.
And who's picking it up now? So P-Bar, I mean.
I guess one question I might have is because it's the extra pickups, do we historically have extra pickups or not?
No,
You don't experience any.
The sheriff will give it. They like to get it sometimes early, but it's not.
no extra.
Okay, so what, if we're comparing, we got to compare something. So you got the 2-yard dumpsters, which are consistent in the 3-yard, and then you have the per week, once per week in each case. And you have 50 and 75 for the 3-yard, and you've got 3-yard down here is 104 and 67, so it's almost a wash.
We accept the lowest bid.
Okay, if we do that, you figure out which the lowest one is.
Well, $50 for a 2 yard and 75 for 3.
Except the, see, 50 and 75, we got 65, okay. Without going into the dumps or, and which one had the 15% off? That play into that? Any, it would be similar then. So okay, that's pretty simple.
We've never really paid in advance. So, I don't.
On a monthly.
Mhm.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to, or hasn't been seconded, it's been moved.
I would second.
It's been moved and seconded, accept the lowest bid. And in this case, if we compare the bid as 25 or $650 a week, 50 per month. And the other is 67. And one at the 3 yard at 75 and 105, then it looks clear that Oak Disposal is a low bid. Am I correct?
That was my assumption when I made the motion, yes.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Any other discussion? Hearing none here. How about out there in the public? Hearing none. None. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the low bid by Oak Disposal. All in favor, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda? Aye.
Mr. Chairman, I move to take a 3-minute recess.
I wonder when that was going to happen. Wait a minute, we just had a break.
Too much coffee.
Okay, we're back live here at the Board of Commissioners meeting. It's 6 minutes after 11, and we're going to continue here on January the 12th. Board of Commissioners meeting. And we just finished up with the trash service. So next on the agenda item is consideration of the 2021 BOCC department point of contacts for each commissioner to be a focus. I want to point out that every commissioner, as was brought up earlier, there are 3 of us that are in charge of the business of the county, not one person. And if the points of contact enable the departments that the commissioner is a point of contact for to be used as about to understand issues that might need to be brought to the Board of Commissioners for resolution or action. And that's why it's set up that way. And right now we have a present slate of points of contact for both the Commissioner Day, Commissioner Kanda, and Commissioner Flower that are much the same as we had before, with the exception that Commissioner Day was added. And we might want to step through it. I think there may be questions on those points of contact. So right now for Commissioner Day, we've got useful public service, and I need to understand what that is. I don't remember exactly. Attainable housing, and maybe Kevin needs to be updated as well. Planning and zoning, human services, public health, the Wetmore Community Center Library Board, and I think there's a double thing here. Is the Wetmore Library Board a redundancy there, Kevin?
There are 2 boards. One is the Wetmore Community Center Board, and one is the Wetmore
Library Board. So that's community center, not library.
Yeah, we need to take library out there, I guess, huh?
Yeah, well, take it off of that first one, yeah. Human resource, finance, tourism, and the Custer County Kids Council. Okay, and I think that's all the departments that were in there before. Commissioner Kanda had emergency, the emergency office of, I think it's spelled backwards, but anyways, emergency management office. The Road and Bridge, landfill, veteran service, airport, scenic byways, action 22. And also that's not on there have been the broadband program for Custer County, which includes the towers and the fiber programs. Mr. Flower had the IT custodial grounds and maintenance, buildings and resource center annex extension office. The Upper Ark Water as our, is that an officio? They still call it that, Tom, position member, and a weed board and fair board. Is there something missing there, Tom?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Justice Center, we agreed that we would all do that, and the lead for the Justice Center is the sheriff still, as far as I think we all agreed with. So these are designated points of contact only. The BOCC is an elected body, and any of the 3 commissioners can, of course, be contacted by anybody with any question on any of the departments, so that that commissioner can bring it to the attention of that point of contact and or the board to be brought forth to the board for resolution or action. Okay, any discussion on this before we vote on what we see? Kevin, you have any questions?
I think there's a couple of those that it would be useful for me to
Know where to go.
to know who my contacts would be, because I'm not completely aware of everything on all these, but I'm sure that will come.
Well, you can, and I know that Tina can help round up phone numbers and probably help, and so can Kelly. And we can get, before Jay leaves the county, maybe his phone book or some suggestions on who he's been talking that wouldn't necessarily be the official one point of contact might be helpful.
Yes.
With that area. You have any suggestions for him, Tom?
No, I think you're right. I think Commissioner Prince would be more than willing to meet with him and share whatever information he has.
Pick his brain.
I will get with him.
Okay, anything else? Clint, do you have any comments?
No, I don't.
By the way, we are all the contact for the counselor, and he needs a lot of counseling.
you'll soon realize I'm the brains of this whole.
We're just zombies.
I have seen that in the past.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I would make a motion to accept the BOCC point of contact list.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to accept the BOCC contact list as presented for 2021. Any public comments or concerns for this?
Assuming that motion should say as corrected when we went through it this morning.
Yes, as corrected with the library. Okay, all in favor, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay, next. Go.
Before you move
Oh,
on,
you did it again.
I did. We still need to do the regional appointments. They were up under board appointments. That's the big.
Oh,
That one.
yeah, right. I stepped over because we went to the newspaper.
Yeah.
Okay, the regional ones, where are they?
They're in the staple together, the 911 authority board,
Um,
all that. But there's 5 pages.
Okay, so we'll back up and we'll finish the board appointments, and that's the regional appointments, and that consists of the Water Conservancy District. Let me get this separated. Water. My stapled one doesn't have any. It's clipped together with a paper clip. Okay, so it's the 911 Authority Board, Action 22. Airport Board, Arkansas Basin Round Mountain Table Representative. Associates to the Planning Commission and Board of Zoning Adjustment is a 1-year term. Sustainable Housing Board, 1-year term. Board of Zoning Adjustment, 3-year term. Fair Board, a 3-year term. Sale Committee. Planning Commission, 3-year term. Scenic Byways. Evidently, there's nobody up for that one. What is the SECTAG? SCRETAC represented 1 year. Nobody's on that. Wetmore Community Library Board. So we want to discuss these boards.
There's on the back page too.
Oh, Wetmore Community Library Board.
And on the back side of both of those 2 front pages as well.
Holy smokes.
3
Page
pages.
2 and 4. Those are
Okay,
the
I'm
front
sorry.
pages.
The Central Front Range Transportation and Planning Region, Colorado Film Commission, Custer County Tourism Board, 3-year term, Custer County Emergency Service, Director of Ambulance, License here and Inspection, Enterprise Zone Representative, Extension Advisory Board, 3-year term. The Southern Colorado Economic Development, we had on it, the Upper Ark COG Recycling Board, Upper Ark COG Workforce Investment Board, Upper Arkansas Area Council of Governments, Weed Board, West Custer County Library Board, Wetmore Community Center Board. So the question I have, we got a lot of boards that we don't have anybody on. Are these active boards, and how come we don't have anybody? It's just because nobody volunteered or we didn't need it? What's the history? I don't remember. They got an idea?
People that are in capital or that are capitalized on that list, those are ones that we've received letters of intent.
And the ones that are not capitalized are the ones that are currently there, and we're
Yes,
just
they're currently-
certifying that it's okay.
That's what I understand, yes.
And the one that's capitalized but not in bold, like the 3-year, the Board of Zoning Adjustment, 3 years, John G. Johnson is an example. That's a new,
If he's capitalized, that's a letter of intent that we have received.
okay.
I recommend we go through these from top to
Yeah, we're gonna have
bottom
to.
and make a motion at the end.
Hit one at a
I
time.
think it'd be most efficient.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, so let's start at the top. And 911 is on top of mine. Is that what you got? And there is none to discuss there. That means that there are people that are serving that are currently there, or if we don't see a name, there's nobody going to show up.
Shows that term doesn't expire.
Doesn't expire. Is that what you believe?
Wasn't that what 122 means?
Right.
It expires next year.
Okay.
So I certainly, if Commissioner Day would like to serve on that authority board, I do not have a problem, but I certainly serve on it for another year. Doesn't matter to me.
And I am also on it. I think we all three were, weren't we?
No.
It's just me and you then. I thought Kay came once one day. Okay, so that it stands as it is unless Kevin, you got the heart wrenching desire to be on it and all. There's no.
I don't think there's a need at this time. There's nothing that precludes me to joining you at a meeting or
Come and sit in anytime.
just to see how things.
And it's
operate
a
there.
board that is, it's a regional board, doesn't serve under the commissioners as a board. You understand it?
Yes.
We participate in it. Okay, action 22. So he wanted to re-up on it. And I know there's a couple others that are serving currently. And so he's asking to be re-upped on it. Represent us. Any other comments on it?
No, I'm fine with the way it is.
Airport board, all these I know had submitted letters or are on it. And then the two that are new, JC and Eric Vickery submitted letters of intent. Anything else that you're aware of?
We were told that Bob McDonald submitted a letter to.
Oh, he did. He did. And I do have that. And I did give it to, I gave it to Kara. The hard guy, I'll have to pull it back up. It was a typed version that was handled in an email. I'll go find it. If I have it.
Because I haven't seen.
I'll call Kara up and find it. But anyway, he did. He is and he was voted as the ops manager for or he took that position as the ops manager for the airport. Thanks for seeing that.
So his term would expire in 120.
123.
No, I'm sorry.
No, 124. Yeah.
That's Bob McDonald.
Yeah.
And we're not appointing him as the airport manager. We're appointing him as a
That's a member.
member. And I believe that ex officio is not correct, but, oh, yes, it was. That's
I
what
thought
they
it was.
indicated to you.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, it was indicated that way.
Yeah. Keith Hood has been and will continue to serve as Arkansas Basin Roundtable rep.
I think he's the only one. Yeah. Okay. Any desire, and that's something you could do, Kevin. You can. I know you were asking about water before.
Right. Well, we only get one rep.
I know. I just say it's a learning experience.
Right. I've attended some of those meetings.
Yeah.
They're usually held in Pueblo, but now they're being held virtually. So.
For now. Okay, associates to the Planning Commission. And that Mary Mount Howery had asked, and Skip Norcross, alternate. I didn't know they had an alternate.
They're associate members.
Associates.
Oh, that's right, I see. Any other ones on that we're aware of? Looks good. Attainable Housing Board. And these are they, is that a one-year position only?
Yes.
Okay, so there's three: Amanda Allen, Steve Laswell, and Mike Lieberman. And why is there?
Yeah, I don't think you have the most current copy.
Well, way to go.
I'm sorry. Here's your most current copy.
Okay.
And we just approved those. So these are the people. And I was told yesterday that Amanda Allen is the UAACOG representative.
Okay,
Oh, she is.
Yes, I
Okay.
was told that.
so she is
Bob representative.
Yeah, Amanda Allen.
the Housing Board. COG, yeah. I don't see anything different there. And Charles Bowles the chair. Was he the chair before?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, any issues there? Don't see any. Okay, Health Board Attorney, do we have a new guy in there? A guy named Clint?
I've had several people indicate that they thought it was the most cush job in the county. None of them are attorneys. I didn't think that mattered, but maybe it does. I don't know.
That's for the Board of Health to deal with.
Yeah, that's right. You don't be part of that.
No, I know. Those guys on the Board of Health are much more reasonable.
They are. All right, Board of Zoning and Adjustment.
However, it's a great point. We don't really appoint the
We're not
attorney for
doing
the
the
Board of
attorney for
Health,
the
but
Board of Health.
it probably will fall in here as a report more than anything, because this is the only place it'll show up on record.
Except that we'll recognize it as the Board of Health.
Well, it's a separate political
That's
subdivision.
right. So
that's
we
in the
would
records
have
of
to
the Board
order,
of
it
Health.
would have to be in there.
So I think when we make the motion, we exclude that.
To take that out.
Yeah.
I think we leave it on the document though, don't you, as a record? Or
But
not?
the real record comes from the Board of Health.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be in here at all.
It's political, it's a different, all, you know.
Yeah, I would prefer it to be kept separate.
Yeah. Okay, Board of Zoning Adjustment, 3-year term, and we have one new addition, and that would be one for the, what is that, 3-year term? John G. Johnston. Else?
Board of Health altogether.
Front Range, Transportation and Planning Region,
Yeah.
Central Front Range.
I'll continue to serve on it unless somebody else wants it.
Oh, that's a good. Colorado Film Commission, Tom,
Commission.
you've been getting filmed.
Not as of lately, but Jerry and I continue to serve on that.
Great for you.
That's the group's pleasure.
Okay, by me. Custer County Attorney again comes up, man, he's double dipping.
Well, yeah, if you'll pay me twice, I'll be happy to.
Okay.
Since he's on that other list, do you have to have him on this list?
Well, this is
This
a
is for the
county
county.
appointment.
Because we could have somebody different. The
Oh,
Board
you
of-
mean on the,
Board of Health.
He's on, you appointed him on that other,
yeah,
on your government.
yeah, I almost wanted this as a report too, is we do that year to year. It's not a long-term deal.
This is just a listing of everybody that's in there. So, okay. But from our point of view, this is for the county. So Clint can continue. Tourism Board. We only had Deb Adams. I didn't realize she had a term that was up. I didn't think it had been there that long.
Yeah, I was surprised also. I didn't think she'd been there that long.
Candace McDonald is an ex officio for a year. I don't have a problem with that. Anybody else?
Deb Adams filled a term, that's why she's up.
Oh, that's right, she did. For Charlie, whatever his name was. Okay. Mr. Emergency Service, Kanda and Kevin. Kevin, you good with that?
I am.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Director Ambulance Licensure and Inspection. So how does that fit?
Well, Southern Colorado Regional Emergency Trauma Advisory Committee does that, so.
Right. So do we have anybody in playing with that at all?
That
Nobody.
appears on page 3.
And that's
Representatives on,
page 3 or I got page 2.
okay, page 2.
They're
I
the
see.
same group, but different things.
Yeah,
Oh, it is?
RETAC will certify the
Yeah.
ambulances.
Yeah. Okay, well, we know it exists. Enterprise Zone Rep, Bogel's been doing it now he was gonna do it as an alternate. Wendy Rusk has volunteered, that's good.
My understanding is Wendy's the primary and Charles is the alternate.
Yeah, he's got it listed as alternate. Okay, thanks, Tina. Extension Advisory Board, 3-year term. Extension Advisory, is that much?
Has
different?
nothing changed.
Nothing's changed. Except the ex officio. I remember Guinevere talking about that. Okay, anything else on it?
You can probably take out that postpone until to
Right.
determine new
Yeah.
things, because we had that on there when Guinevere
Right.
wasn't there.
Oh, yeah, that didn't need to be
Okay, I'll
in
remember that.
Yeah.
there. Clean this up good. Fair Board. 2 ex officio designations. And then the sale committee's changed. So the fair, let's do the Fair Board, anything there, Tom?
Just those 2 new ones coming.
Okay. Sale committee, same thing?
Those are the only 2 new ones. The sale committee, nothing changed on the Fair Board.
Okay. All right, Planning Commission. 1 change. Daryl Windland. Is that a replacement?
He's
For the
coming on
3-year,
board.
3-year term? Okay,
Real quick, back up on the Fair Board, the subcommittee. Marlissa, would that be January of 24? She's just coming on.
I think she's still in the term.
Okay,
I think Sue's the only new replacement. I could be wrong, but I thought that's what they said.
it would ask,
We might
so
double check
23,
that.
that's a 2-year, so that's a 2-year deal.
I know somebody went off of that sale committee.
Maybe that's what it is then. Okay, Scenic Byway, I'm still doing that. I don't mind continuing. They wanted a commissioner there. That doesn't stop another volunteer to be added to their board or to their program. Okay, Secret. All right, anything there that looks like a whole host of 1-year terms in an alternate, and we got 1 vacancy still.
Yep.
Patrick Fiore, okay. Screen Tech,
You got EMS, fire department, and SAO.
that's it. Okay, Southern Colorado Economic Development District, 1-year term. Vogel re-upping.
Yeah.
Kevin Day's an addition. On the UACOG, Kevin Day's an addition, and we've got 1-year term with Dennis Sprecher.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I also wanted to let you know that that recycling board, we're no longer affiliated with it.
When you were typing that up, did you ever ask? I told her to put that on there since we don't have,
Right.
I didn't know if that was just had gone away.
Yeah, we're not a member of them anymore. They refunded our partial dues. I signed that check.
Did they refund it, really? I didn't.
Yeah. It was about
So I
a
don't-
month ago.
So when they told us to take a hike, they really meant it.
I don't think we need members on this.
No.
Recycling board myself.
So shall we move it?
Well, why would we want to keep them on there? Wouldn't be any reason.
Is that the one that,
Said they could no longer provide recycling
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
but Joni, is it Joni Lehman that was calling in when they were trying to get the new recycling?
Right.
So is there still a recycling group?
There is.
Seems
not
like there's-
this one.
But not
Yeah,
this
that would
one.
be, yeah.
That's High Country Recycling.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But is that, see, but they're not recognized by us. They're just, that's a county.
They're just their own.
Right.
Yeah, I think we can delete these, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I do too. Okay. Kevin, you got an easier job now.
there you go, took 1 away.
Lighten the load.
Okay, Upper Ark. Council of Governments Workforce Investment Board, Bogle, Tom, and Steigerwalt. So these are 1-year terms.
Yes.
That's a good group. Any other comments? Okay. Upper Ark Area Council of Governments Board, Charles wants to be on it again. Kevin, that's a good thing to do. And I think they welcome others to visit. And
Bless you.
Bless you. Okay, and I've been to several of those. Wheat Board, Tom, anything other than Expicio and Vince and Clint?
Nope. Nope.
And the West Custer County Library Board.
Can we get back to the weed board? Do we have
Sure.
enough members there that satisfy the 40-acre requirement?
I think they still do. We'll have to get that group convened and see who,
Sharon and Bill Donnelly, and I don't know about Dick.
I think Dick is a 40-acre owner. Greg's are.
Was that the other one that you were
I'm on,
on?
and just because of my 40 acres, not because of my knowledge of weeds.
We're just using him.
For his land baron status.
Oh, you were on there. Yeah.
My vast empire.
To answer your question, to be honest with you, I'd have to
What is there? How many are
look
there?
at the bylaws. I think there's 6, isn't there?
And the statute requires half being, I think, 40 landowners in the county, so it's fine to be sure we were still good. When we had Linnea on there, she satisfied that.
Okay,
Vince Cook will.
Okay,
Vince will.
so looks like we're good then.
I think Jeff does too, doesn't he?
Roger Gregg does too, doesn't
And
he?
Jeff
Jeff
on there
Luthier
for
does
another
it, so
reason.
Oh, does he?
Sharon does. Okay, West County, Custer County Library. Debbie.
That was already
Reynolds.
approved, actually.
Right.
This is okay. Wetmore Community Center Board. Anything there different, Kevin, that you know of? I don't see it.
That appears to be who has been in.
Margie White, Courtney. Okay. That's it?
One more library board.
Library board is already, for
Kind of Wetmore.
what?
Just names, the ex officio, and that looks the only thing that they've changed. Okay,
That looks correct as well, I think.
okay, I hear a motion. Or do we have one? I move we accept this as we reviewed it and it's been presented and changed.
So
All in favor, any discussion? More discussion? Okay, then when you get it printed back up, why don't you give us a shot at each of them again? All in favor of accepting this, say aye. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. Okay. Do we need to go backward now, Kelly, anymore?
No, I think you're good.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at the Custer County contract for the town of Westcliff Law Enforcement Services, and we've had this for a while. Or the lead anyway. And I don't think it's much, I couldn't see that it was different from before, is it?
Kathy said there was no changes.
This is the contract, and Clint, did you look it over? Is it-
Yeah, it's basically the standard contract that Shannon enters into every year.
The cost, did it change?
I think it went up a little
I
bit.
think so.
I need to accept the approved contract with Sheriff's Office and Town of Westcliff.
And second, someone?
I would second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to accept the contract as presented and reviewed. Any discussion? Any discussion publicly? Hearing none, I call for the vote on the contract with Westcliff and the Sheriff's Department. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
And aye.
Not using that gavel much there,
It's
Bill.
okay, I have a, what is it, a little stick and a big crack. Very big stick. All right, next up, 2 more items to go here. Consider signing the agreement with the Upper Ark for road and bridge water lease. Even
We got a copy of that today. I don't know. I may have given you mine.
I got a water lease for road and bridge. It's 23rd, it looks like this. Yeah.
Tom's got the original.
No, I gave it to Bill.
Oh, you did.
Is this the original?
It
Oh, here's the
It
original.
wasn't
right?
stated.
Here, I'll switch. Right?
3. I've already read it.
So there's three of these, the lease itself.
No, there's just the lease on the back.
That's the lease.
Yeah,
This is the letter.
Those are just things that go along with it.
Okay, and the lease is a 1-year lease. There's 2 copies of the 1-year lease. Is that, are they duplicative?
One for them, one for us.
That what they're
Three
doing?
copies.
Okay. 3.
No, 3
Kevin's
copies.
got the other one.
I've only got told she's got.
That's the,
Is this an annual lease that we
No,
entered into?
there was only 2.
I believe this is the first year that we have leased water for road and bridge. They had been buying
Actually, there was
from
only one.
Round Mountain.
Okay.
You're probably looking.
I'm just saying there's 3 copies.
Yeah.
We have 3 documents, or they should be the same.
I only had 2 in this original one. There's a copy of the actual invoice.
That's the one you have to sign.
This is the
This one right
one
here.
agreement here, and then
Yeah.
this is, what is it?
And that,
That's there.
yes, one for them and one for us. So you'll sign both of
Sign
them.
both of these for
Yes.
us. All right.
We don't need to sign these other copies.
No, those are just copies.
See here, they're asking for 2 to come back.
Right.
That's what these
He's
guys
got them.
Here's our 2. We're gonna keep one after they sign it, and they're gonna keep one after we sign it. Okay, I move we accept the lease as presented, the RIP agreement on the Upper Arc lease for the Custer County Road and Bridge Department.
I would second that motion.
For 31 acre feet of water. And the invoice is for $9,800. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? And what was the reason it's the first time, Kevin?
They have been buying from Round Mountain. Round Mountain at this time is,
We don't need
The
filtered
price-
water to throw on the road.
that makes it kind of tough. We have been drawing out by the lake.
Yeah.
But the price is going up. This will be more cost effective through Upper Arc.
They're still gonna draw from the lake.
I think our draw point will be the same.
Okay, any other discussion? Public discussion? Hearing none, I'm call for the vote. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. You're gonna put in you just want to sign, you're gonna put the dates in here, or do you,
If I can.
why don't you, so that I don't screw it up?
You should sign it, though. I might.
I am gonna sign it.
I might screw your signature.
Okay, any other comments on that? No? Kelly? Okay, let's talk about the consideration for approval of hiring process. For public health and OEM. Why do we call it assistance?
I think you've got the paperwork on it that you brought by.
Yeah, I saw that, he dropped it by, but I thought that was at the,
Oh, I meant to put assistant.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Should be
It's
assistant.
it's the OEM assistant. This is a grant, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, this is what they brought in here as a EPN grant activity work plan.
The EMPG grant's different. I
Yeah, it
think
is.
we got that on the agenda, didn't we?
It's not. So this is different than that.
Yeah, sorry. I pointed to the wrong thing.
Or Adrian brought in something, or Dr. Brown, or
Adrian had sent us a copy of the plan to hire
I saw the plan.
assistants.
So this is just us looking at his plan and approving the process, according to how I read this, that's right?
My understanding, yes.
Can you email me a copy of that? He didn't send one to me.
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, I'll find it. I saw it, I didn't pull it up. See the PIO. Augmented staffing plans. You sent it Saturday, the 9th. And I'll forward it to you, Kelly.
Thank you. And actually, I think that is supposed to be public health OEM assistance, because that's the way, when you put it in your email.
That assistance as opposed to, say, I agree, now
Because it's
that we know what it's about. Okay. So. Kelly. Okay, coming at you. Okay, let me read, so we can get some discussion on it. Attached is the financial cost estimate of $39K, $398.67 associated with the augmented staffing plan to support vaccinations in Custer County. This estimate is for the 4 positions that would be assigned to the the EOC and the OEM section only for the period not to exceed 90 days. We like to ask that another EM meeting of the board, emergency meeting, I guess is what that means. I'm not sure. Take place over either Sunday and Monday. This was this week, so this is OBE. Okay, its estimated cost of the county will be approximately $7,000 to $8,000, $7 to $8 per person under the proposed augmentation. And from what I understood, this would be a county expense up front, and they're applying for reimbursement. Is that how you understood it?
Well, that's what they said, that they're gonna try to get grant money to pay for it. But
And they, if they don't, then the counties, and if it didn't, then we would be holding the bag for 40 grand roughly.
I don't have any idea where
Where's that
the
coming
$7 to $8 per person idea comes from. If they're gonna, I would think if they find a grant to pay for it, I don't know why the grant wouldn't pay for all of it. And I thought the plan was gonna include public health.
Well, it's the, that's for the public health vaccination, that's right.
No, I don't think so.
4 positions that would be assigned under the, in the EOC.
Right, they're not gonna help vaccinate.
Can I, this is Vernon. Can I speak to something?
Yeah, we're gonna need some, go ahead, Vernon.
I just spoke with public health. They told me that they have their position covered and they didn't need to be in on this deal.
So this deal just doesn't include them at all then? For what
I believe this deal just applies to OEM.
Okay.
Public health has taken care of their needs.
Okay, good.
Right.
Okay, and is Adrian, are you on?
No.
No, wonder why.
Well, I found myself wondering if we shouldn't be paying people to vaccinate citizens, but apparently Dr. Brown doesn't feel like we need to be paying those people. So I don't know. I think 4 people is an awful lot to deal with taking phone calls.
That reminds me, there was 2 positions at the health department. There were 4 here that Adrian had proposed to us when he came to us before.
Well, yeah, Jay said, well, we need a number. We can't vote on
Right.
something without a number. He said, well, make it 4. I just think it's a little excessive, but I haven't been over there either. So,
I wish he was on to tell us.
and then
Well, at the time, I mean, he made a good case when he was here for the positions, and we didn't have the money understood enough to make a decision. I remember that part.
Hello, this is Vernon again.
Hi, Brandon.
Would you like us to reach out to Adrian and have him log in?
Yeah, have him log in, or get on
Okay.
the phone. He doesn't have, however he can talk to us.
Understood.
And this position is for callers / schedulers.
Schedulers, callers, it's admin. There's a big bunch of paperwork that has to be done apparently in order to meet the criteria that the state had and for the control of the process of.
but public health deals with all the paperwork.
They deal with paperwork and these guys deal with, there are still some specialty. Then we need to get it from Adrian. I don't
Well, he just wanted 4 people to take phone calls and schedule. You're exactly right. That's what he told
That's what
us.
it was.
I just think.
And I don't know that that's now, given that we've got a process started now. It seems to be going pretty good. But maybe you can't maintain it with without some additional support, which he says he needs. We need to hear it from him. So you want to take another break while we find him?
Yes,
Yeah.
and we need to decide what we're gonna do about this EMPG grant too. He wanted it signed today.
All right, so let's take a look at the impeachment.
But it's not on the.
Well, it's not on the agenda, so
Do I need to add it to the,
yes.
Well. Adrian indicated to me he would like us to sign it today, and I said I would bring it up during the meeting. That's all I could do.
Well, whatever you want to do, we can discuss that. And we brought it up. What are our
Have the
options?
agenda or do it some other time. There's only 2 choices you have, I think.
And we didn't see it in time to amend it. We can amend it and accept it now, can't we?
I believe you can amend the agenda. Anytime, don't you, counsel? And we put it on there as kind of a reminder, but I think an agenda could be amended.
You can, especially if it's an emergency.
This is this week, we shouldn't wait to do this because you don't want to miss the window to submit it.
That's either that or schedule a special meeting.
I don't want to schedule another meeting. So I move that we amend the agenda to include approval of the EMPG LEMS grant for the calendar year 2021.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to accept this. You want to look at it, Kevin?
I'll glance through it here. I have a copy
Yeah, I got
here.
EMPG, what was the rest?
LEMS grant.
Nobody remembers that anymore.
Yes.
LSMFT. Lucky
Strikes,
means
make fine tobacco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty old. isn't it?
Pretty old. Remember those ads?
Even tougher to smoke them.
Those were the days, no filters on them.
Yeah, there was. Right. Chesterfield's, Lucky Strikes.
Camel, gotta smoke
Camel, yeah, those 3 were the.
All right, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't sign this. And I've gone through it, but, and I heard his discussion last time he talked about how to pull this together.
Is this a reoccurring?
Yes. It's what keeps them going, part of their, they get their money.
Did this come from Dr. Brown? then?
No,
Adrian.
it's Adrian, and it's through the
So it's an emergency.
Christy Coleman and the activities through the. Plan Management Center. I call for the vote.
We have a motion, yeah.
We did, don't we? So I call for that vote, Kevin.
Aye.
Tom,
I'm voting aye to amend the agenda.
that's right. And I vote aye also. Now let's consider it.
Yeah, I mean, we have historically tried not to do this, but we have done it on occasion. I don't want to get back into the practice of getting a document handed to us the day of the meeting and approving it, but this is grant money, it's business as usual. If it was something that was totally new, I would be
Off the wall, we
dealing with
couldn't
it
do
today.
that. And this
Which I'd
doesn't
have
need to
voted
be.
against the amendment if that was the case, but
I agree. Anything bother you, Kevin, anything?
I'm not seeing anything off the top of my head here, no.
I can't see the top of your head, you two.
oh, yeah, now you
Get a
can't.
little shiny over there, isn't it?
I'll take a quick
Any
look.
comments, Clint? We good?
Yeah,
All right,
I actually need, we got company, so I need to get home.
Okay, we're
You
good.
can manage.
we
the
can,
last-
we can do that. All right, the discussion, any public comments regarding accepting the process here to submit a grant for the calendar year 2021 for EMPG? I don't hear anybody rattling the saber, so I'll call for that vote.
On right now, anyway.
Kevin,
Do we need a motion to call
I thought
the?
the motion was there.
We had a motion to amend the agenda.
All right, I move that we accept this and approve the submittal of this grant for the MPG 2021.
I would second that motion.
Now, is there any discussion?
Nothing nice.
Okay, hearing none, I call for the vote on this grant, and that would be from Kevin. Go ahead.
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Kanda, aye. No luck on finding Adrian yet?
I am online.
There you are. You weren't earlier.
I've been trying to get in, but I am here.
All right, Adrian, we had a couple questions about it. You brought this up at our last, I don't remember what, it was the last meeting, I think, that we discussed this. And you had proposed, and Dr. Brown had proposed additional help for a period not to exceed 90 days, 2 positions for the Board of Health or Public Health Agency and 4 for you. We want to know now what, we understood those were positions needed to execute some scheduling, paperwork, et cetera. We want to know if that still stands and that you do need the total of 4 and why. And this, and we asked for the price, and we've got the price now of $39,000, almost $40,000. So can you give us a little bit of discussion on that, Adrian?
Those positions would be utilized to help support the vaccination effort in public health. They would be used to call individuals, to place them in the calendar, to schedule their appointments, and basically to process getting people vaccinated within the county. Currently, that is being done by 1, 2, 3, 4 volunteers, plus some help from our Ag Extension Department, and then Dr. Brown's staff and my staff. And we are working 7 days per week. And that would allow us to scale back to 5 days a week and doing our scheduling efforts. We went with 30 days because the vaccination program throughout the state, Dr. Brown, is fluid. We will likely go from phase 1 AB above the line to phase 1B below the line, and then likely within 2 to 3 weeks, we could be vaccinating many more people in phase 2. And so we just need to have a staff trained and ready to go to support this effort, because under phase 2, we could go from where we are now to vaccinating another 1,500 plus people.
You said 30 days. Did you mean 90?
So it's, I think my commitment to the county is that we would reevaluate every 30 days to see whether we needed to have the staffing or not. And so it's not to exceed 90 days, but each 30 days we'll evaluate what our needs are.
Okay.
And make a recommendation whether we continue on.
Okay, is the $39,000 estimate for 30 days or 90?
The estimate is for 90 days.
Okay, so if we only went 30, it'd be a third of that, right?
That is correct.
And you have people that are willing to work for 30 days and go somewhere else?
We do have people who have submitted interest in those positions. So if you're asking, do we have people vetted? Yes, we do have people vetted that could take those positions if funding became available.
And knowing that that might only be 30 days, that's my point, right?
That is the understanding, yes.
And what does the $7 to $8 per person mean?
I didn't hear what you asked, sir.
You made a statement here that says it's estimated that the cost for Custer County would be $7 to $8 per person under this augmentation. What do you mean by that?
Well, if you take the total number of people that would be vaccinated, that potential. If you take the total population of the county that would be vaccinated or had the potential to be vaccinated, divided it by the amount of money, it comes out to about $7 to $8 per person.
To manage the program, okay. Question, Tom?
Well, so I'm assuming if I understood what you just said, the $7 to $8 is the cost of your 4 part-time positions divided by the number of people in the county?
That is correct.
The number that need vaccinated.
If you took the total population of the county, just use the 5,000, and I think if you did your math, it comes out to about $7 to $8 per person.
For the 90-day period.
That's correct. And obviously, Tom, you know what you were talking about, the vaccine tourism, that number varies because if more people from outside the area want to be vaccinated within the area, then those numbers would change. That was just a ballpark figure so that you could see about what the cost per person to support our vaccination would be.
Okay, and you still believe it's 4 total, even though you've got a process now and you've streamlined things. I know Dr. Brown doesn't need his 2, and I don't know why exactly. I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
Because basically, if I may, the people that we have already hired for public health are doing the job satisfactorily so that we do not need to hire more people.
And that includes both volunteers and paid positions currently?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Brown? Okay.
Yeah, our paid positions are our paid position people are actually doing the job and learning the job very well and doing things very efficiently.
Okay.
And so they literally can be counted upon, from what I've seen, to actually put out without hiring additional people for public health.
Okay, thanks. And Adrian, on your 4 positions, again, that's rock solid, and you can't do it with 3 or what? Or does it need more? I'm just making sure where you stand.
Well, I think I gave you 2 alternatives. I gave you a 30-day work week and a 40-day work week. But regardless of the work week, at this point in time, I would like to request the 4 people. And then as a manager, if I see work is being done, then we'll still scale back that organization.
Is it my understanding, Adrian, that you were looking for other avenues as well for reimbursement or partial reimbursement for this?
That is correct. So we would like to explore those options. I think all the rural counties, smaller counties are in the same position. This is, a tap on the general fund that we didn't anticipate fully. And so we're hoping that as the federal government analyzes what we're doing, that they'll make CARES Act funding available and we'll be able to seek reimbursement. I can't guarantee that, but surely if there's an opportunity to get reimbursement, we're going to go that way.
Do we know what that is right now, Adrian, not grant-wise, or right now? I know that we have missed some of the CARES opportunities because we weren't read long enough, whatever that yielded to us. So you are confident there are some sources to apply to?
I cannot say that with 100% certainty, Bill, but I would hope that the state, at the state level and at the federal level, they will see that they need to support, the vaccination effort as they supported us all along.
And Rhonda works with these things all the time, and she is right now going through more searches through the grants and quizzing more people, and we're actually able to open up more monetary support through grants that we had not had before. So there is some kind of loosening of the locks on funds. I just don't know yet. I won't give you numbers until we actually have something that has been locked in, so to speak, by the people we're dealing with in the state funding.
Okay. So just to summarize, and we're risking, the county would invest in this, and we would, to the tune of about $15,000 for 30 days, every 30-day period that we would have to budget for. And then you all will be submitting requests during that time to be reimbursed for the activities as they progress. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But Bill, you have to understand there has to be a program for us to request that funding in place to be able to do that.
I get it. We got to spend the money to get it back. Tom?
Well, I think he's saying there's not a program in place currently to get.
That's what I'm asking.
That is correct. There currently is not a program in place for reimbursement.
So I think that conversation needs to go off the table until it becomes a reality. Right. Let's face the facts.
So the bottom line is then we have to say, where's the $15,000 a month for the next 90 days going to come from? Out of the general fund.
So I have some questions if I may.
Go ahead.
So have people already filled out applications
to get vaccinated or what?
No, Adrian?
I didn't hear the question, sir.
My question is, have you already had people fill out applications for these 4 positions?
We did post information about the positions on social media and Tom on the county website as well. And so there were some applications submitted of interest in those positions. And some of the volunteers that are currently working for us also have indicated that they would be interested if this funding is approved.
And I saw on your email that you wanted the authority to hire a supervisor for these people. I thought you were their supervisor.
I wanted to have a person who's hired supervising and working with the people that we would be hiring because of the span of control.
It's not an extra position. It's just one of the 4.
It's one of the 4. So that supervisory person is included in the 4 positions. And because of the span of control and the many other duties I have, I can't provide the type of supervision and oversight that they would need.
Understanding that there between 3 and 5 people need to have some kind of supervisor at some level to be able to efficiently control the 4 people.
And that same person would also be doing the same work as well.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, I would assume that's what we have an OEM for, was to serve in a supervisory role for the 4 people that we hire.
Once again, he has more than 3 or 4 people or 5 people below him. So for every 3 to 5 people, we need to have one person who is acting in a supervisory capacity. Then all of those supervisors in the 3 to 5 supervisors are under Adrian.
Got it.
Let's just make sure we don't tell Gary Hyde that. He's got 17 people working under him.
We'll promise. Our lips are sealed.
And what rate of pay have you decided on?
Whatever it came up.
We put a pay range in there from 17 to 20. And being that it's a personnel matter, I would like to defer that question.
Well, I think we need to address it today. How much are we going to pay him?
We came up with $40,000 somehow, Adrian, just talking generalities so that we get a handle on it. And
So to answer Tom's question, I was going to pay the regular employees 17 and the supervisor something above that.
And that came up to your estimate of 40 grand?
That is correct. If you look at your detail sheets, I have a breakdown if I paid the supervisor at 3 different rates.
Yeah.
So initially, there's one rate, then there's a second rate, and then there's a third rate. And that's all in the math and the figures.
Okay.
So what rate are we going to pay this supervisor?
Between 18 and 20.
He's got it on his sheet there.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to vote for a range. Let's get a figure so we know what the heck we're talking about.
So it's
1850.
okay, 1850 times 40.
1850 for the supervisors, 17 for the regular, the other 3.
Yeah, your other 3, you didn't have a range. You just gave it straight up.
At
Okay.
17.
So 1850, and your estimate would be the 40. Okay. All right. Let's just leave that for a second. Your other option was a 30-hour work week instead of 40. Why was that an option? What would you do? It's a little less. Can you handle it with less?
I would prefer not to initially, but like I said, I'm very frugal, the budget. I like the flexibility if I don't need workers to in our contract.
Okay, so you're recommending option 1 with 1850, and you are going to look at it per week, per month, and then you're going to scale back because we're going to pay as we do it to a 30-hour work week potentially. Is that right?
Well, I would like to start with a 40-hour week and then go down to a 30-hour week and then go down to 0.
That's what I said.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But the cap is what you're proposing is 39,000.
I believe that was 39,000 plus some support costs. So I don't have the figures.
Well, you had actually you gave us almost 40,000. I didn't see the support cost.
Any questions?
Go ahead. Tom's got a question.
Wonder, Vernon, are you on the call still?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I'm just waiting for the background noise to die down.
Mute. Close that door, please.
Adrian, mute. Well, I guess it's him. Okay, got it.
Did we not buy computers with coronavirus relief fund money, Vernon?
Yes, we did, and we set up. We have computers. Just silence that, please. Yes, we did, and we have some MRC computers available.
I just wonder, Adrian, did you look into any of this, or $800 for 2 computers? I don't know how much money we've spent in the last 2 or 3 months on computers, but
We don't need new ones.
I don't know, sir, what other departments have in terms of their computer.
So this operational support cost could be less. Vernon, you see what he's asked for. How do we stand with everything?
I'm sorry, I've not seen any documents. I apologize.
Oh, I thought he had you on.
And Bill, if we have other computers and options, but we need computers that are capable of running the software that we're using. Some of our computers are so old that they can't do that. So
hey, Vernon, just hold on one second, Adrian. Vernon, all he's asking for are 2 computers, office supplies of $250, cell phones, 2 phones for 3 months, and a hotspot. Proposed cost on that was about $1,400. We probably have all that, don't we?
We do not have any extra phones, except for the public health phone, which is used for taking appointments. We have, we can turn one phone into a hotspot, but we'd have to probably get the additional phone. Sorry, I'd love to see the doc so I could actually give you a quote on what we have available and such not. But that's what we have right now. As for computers, Adrian, are you looking at more computers than are already over there, or what about those 2 Lenovo's that we were looking for the EOC people?
Well, one is already in use and one is also being used. So both of those are in use by current staff.
The other new computers that I've got were for department heads. We're getting ready to start training on that CIS system, or CIC system rather. I could probably give you 2 computers that could be dedicated to this process in the next couple days.
Okay, so just from a general point of view, it looks like there's probably a potential to reduce the maximum cost of $40,000 down by some of these operational costs. Would that also, could it be possible to use a personal phone like we do and pay for the service to add that phone number on to do this job for 3 months? Would that be an option, Vernon?
I would really resist putting it onto the county bill. It would be much easier to just voucher it out.
That's what I meant.
The process of putting it on the county bill is complicated and difficult, and then it's worse to get it off.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to put it on the bill. I meant to reimburse whoever by the use of that phone for that period of time.
And we can set up a new Google number. If a person is worried about using their personal phone, we can set up a Google number that goes to different phones. And so that's not an issue. Privacy is not an issue there.
Okay. Okay. So I don't want to get into the weeds any further. I think I understand it, that it's a $40K bill for 3 months. There's options to reduce the cost that we would depend upon the leadership of the OEM and the public health department to manage these funds. The real issue for us here as commissioners, I think, is to see if we agree that that's a necessary item and that we have the money that we can allocate for it, with the expectation you will go and try to get that offset, those expenses, to the tune of $15,000 per month. Maybe, I don't know, we probably get it reimbursed at a lump sum after it's over, but if we can do that, we can't bank on. So a question I would have is, do we have enough in the general fund? And I think we had a carryover of some dollars that we know will be put in there. This is a pretty small amount for the activity that's a pandemic player here that we want to help make sure we get all our people vaccinated as soon as we can. That's my perspective. Kevin, you want to you have any issues?
I don't think so at this time, no.
Well, I've got issues. I don't mean that they'll come to fruition or that it matters, but I just find it somewhat interesting from a 30,000 foot level that we're spending more money on support than we are on the actual vaccination program. I'm wondering if we don't have things upside down here. In my personal opinion, we should be paying vaccinators down there whatever they ask, and not relying on volunteers. So.
That's a good question, Dr. Brown, because you haven't had a chance to answer that really. You told you can do it with what you have, but you've got X paid test staff, and I don't know how many volunteers. And are you able to, if there's a need for an additional paid staff to give shots, I'm sure you've considered that. Would you let us know your thoughts?
Yes, sir. Actually, we have 2 paid nurses right now. The second paid nurse is the extension of Beth Green over several months here because we literally need her. But we are not counting on having to pay additional nurses. Those are expensive. If we can make more efficient use of the time of the nurses that we have, it saves the county money and does not compromise the quality of the care being given. So yes, I'm going to be in the hole for the additional months of Beth Green's services, but I don't think we can get anybody any more efficient than she is. Plus, we are using between 2 and 4 additional nurses that are all volunteers at this time without any further cost to the county. And that's what I'm trying to do. It seems to be working so far. We have nurses who are willing and able, competent, in other words, to do the job for addition above Beth Green and Sherry Wyatt. So right now, I'm not asking for any more money, except to be able to continue the salary of Beth Green.
Commissioner Canada just stepped out of the room. Hold on.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ready? Okay. Until such time as we have need to do something else. I would rather use somebody that I know is competent and not have to pay more money than what we have already kind of looked at, what we already know, the bird in the bush, or bird in the hand, excuse me, rather than trying to go out and hire somebody full-time to replace Beth.
Okay, so you're saying you've got a process, you've got a way of handling the quality control, quality of the care, and at the current flow, and the issue is keeping the current flow going as it is, and you need, from that point of view, as a program, we need 4 additional bodies to keep that going rather than using some of the volunteer work.
Volunteers are a whole lot less expensive, and so are the support staff than to hire professionals.
Okay, got it.
More efficient by having the support staff there.
Okay, I think in order to get moving,
Thank you.
I believe, as I said, I think this is a good thing to do. I think we need to do it. I think we have a couple options, and I think we have a process that I understand well enough from my point of view to move forward on this. So I would like, is there a motion to accept this or not?
My biggest question was whether we needed 4. I guess if we want to leave that up to him to.
What's that?
Vernon, I think you're open. There you go.
Sorry.
Okay, so say it a little louder, Kevin.
My biggest question was the number of callers, whether we needed 4 or not. I still kind of question that.
Can you do it with that, with 3, Adrian?
Sorry, I missed that question.
Can you do it with 3 instead of 4? Additional callers, paid callers.
Well, they're not just callers, they're processing data, schedulers. So I wrote the plan based on 4, and I would like the flexibility of having those 4. If I have to reduce them, I will reduce them. And I realize that's, as Tom said, that's what a manager does. We find out we don't need as much staff, we will reduce that immediately. But we build it around 4 people because there's just that much work right now.
I move we accept this plan as presented with the expectation that he will manage it and we will work it to be most efficient that we can. Here, a second.
I would second.
Okay, any discussion on that? Any additional discussion?
Well, I would just say clearly, I guess I'm the only one in the room that thinks it's odd that we're spending more money on support people than we are on professional people to vaccinate the citizens of our county. In my opinion, that's where our money should be going, is to get paid people in there. Thank God they're willing to do it for nothing. Obviously, the volunteers weren't willing to take the phone calls for nothing. I just think it's very weird that we're not paying somebody to vaccinate, but we're willing to spend 40 grand to help somebody answer the phone and do the paperwork. I just think it's odd.
Okay, and I agree that that's a good point. The point that I see though is that it's the entire program. They have to be able to process paper. It's not just answering the phone, from what I understood, and making sure that they can take use of the and get it efficiently processed. All right, any other discussion? Okay, I'll call for the vote. Kevin?
Aye.
Tom?
No.
And aye. Okay, thank you guys for taking the time to put this together. And by the way, I would expect you to give us a report probably by the week, if you would, Adrian. Let's chase this for the from a budget point of view, and not only what's being spent, but what work you're doing to get reimbursed as it comes along.
So just to verify the motion I just heard, are you authorizing us to proceed with the hiring of our support staff?
Yes, option one, and you're going to scale back as you see and the ability to do so, which is we've committed $40,000 to the program.
All right, and who will facilitate the mechanism of where that money is coming from?
You work with the treasurer, the finance. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, any other issues? None from Tom?
None here.
Okay. No additional items of business. Public comment. Okay. And of course, there's no executive session. So in lieu of hearing any comments, I declare this meeting adjourned.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
I will vacate this area.
No, you don't have
For our
to.
next meeting. No, I insist. I don't think it's appropriate.